A lot of the fish have been congregating on the right side of the tank, and that's very understandable to me because the Buccochromis rhodesii yellow is pretty much running the left side of the aquarium. That doesn't mean that fish are afraid to go over there, but he pretty much likes to keep that area cleared out. Even the trout is now subdominant to that large rhodesii, as is the older hawk. The one fish that was giving me the most problems with the new fish was this guy right here. I would have never guessed that the Taiwan reef was going to be the problem. But being at the bottom of the pecking order, I think he just really wanted to make sure that nobody was going to knock him even further down. But let's take a look at some of the new fish. Here is the Buccochromis spectabilis. And he's got a mark or two on the side where he got a little bit of a greeting, but I'm not seeing any real fin damage that I'm concerned about. And he doesn't seem to have anybody really that interested in him. Being a Buccochromis, I was a little bit concerned that maybe the Notitania or the rhodesii yellow would take an interest in him, but he seems to be doing fine. The Borlei is looking very, very good. Really settled in. Color is really strong, very active, traveling throughout the tank without really much fear. And really, I think he's different enough where the other fish are just ignoring him. Up here, top center, if you can make him out, right there is the strigatus. This guy right here is the strigatus. First cousin of the eye biter. And he's looking pretty good. When he got here, his belly looked a little bit, just a little bit in, but you know, it's pretty common to not feed fish before you ship them because you don't want them to be soiling up the bag they're going to be traveling in. But he's eating well. He's hanging out right in the middle right now thinking I'm going to feed. So he's right in the middle of the fray, doesn't seem to really be afraid. So he is doing well. Strigatus. I had to move the light over so you can see the fish that are congregating here on the right. And among them is the Nimbochromis linni, right there in the corner. One of my favorite all-time African cichlids because of two things. One, the very unusual shape in the snout, the way it's curved down. The markings on the body I think are very pretty, but also they have a great temperament. As far as African cichlids go, they're kind of mellow. This of course makes them a little bit more docile and more likely to get picked on. Moves them a little bit further down in the pecking order. But this one seems to have settled in fine. I'm not seeing any fin damage. And when I feed, he eats very well. So I'm real excited. This may very well be the best linni I've ever owned. I've owned several of them. They usually come in very timid, sometimes a little weak. This one is looking good, and I can't wait for him to start getting that blue in the body to complement the wonderful pattern that he has. Reminds me a little bit of a polystigma in the pattern. I also have a very large tangerine tiger. See him right there? He's got that almost like a dolphin forehead. But he's a beautiful, beautiful tiger. Beautiful dark blue face. And at first, he's the one that was being picked on by the Taiwan reef. Taiwan reef has backed off. Now he's just kind of hanging around and waiting to be fed. I'll drop a little bit of food in here and you'll see how they're all attacking the food. Still marks on the body, the fins look good, so that means he's not really getting hit. This This Spectabilis has more marks on his body. Probably more than any of them. But I don't see anybody chasing him now. Here's a whole bunch of different kinds of food. Sarah, Northfin, Extreme. I think there might be even some Cunningham in there. Let's go ahead and feed them. And you can see how well the new fish are eating. Because that really is if they stop eating, that's when you have to really worry. But let's see if they come on over here and attack it. Oh, there goes the Delaney. He gets right in the fray. If he wasn't acting that way, I would be really concerned. Usually I'll feed to all three of the openings of the aquarium, but for the sake of this video, I'll just feed right here in the middle so you can see all the fish. There's the Borlei. There's the Tangerine Tiger right in the middle of it all. Strigatus. Spectabilis going after it. Love to see that. And that's really what I look for after I add fish. Are they eating? Are they showing any marks of being attacked? Are the attacks relentless? Or do they slow down and stop after a little while? And that's what happened. The few chases that occurred right after I added them stopped. And now they're all able to just kind of hang out and eat and live without really a lot of concern about being destroyed. Now, can that change tomorrow? Of course. You know African cichlids, right? It's Taiwan Reef. You're a tough guy, aren't you?